too much in one direction now.
Yeah.
But here we go.
Yeah, I think the only positive is the scope. If you really need a scope to use a rifle, if you're like just a Call of Duty player, ride or die,
Yeah,
that's pretty much the only reason.
On an Xbox. All right, then HAVU will be on the CT side to begin with. MIBR, one of the more interesting teams to watch on Vertigo, especially with how much love the AWP. Charging into the A bomb site, no messing around. W all the way. Hoodie, oh, he's reloading in the open. Team flash by his teammates before he gets in their cover, but he's okay. Got a tease pushing out, looking to clear out the site before planting the bomb. I like this idea. Use the numbers while you can. But Hoodie's still looking for these frags. He has been shot in the head now. 9 HP, and I would imagine he'll be finished off. They're looking for the 1v1. So get one, but he won't win it.
Yeah, really quick play by MIBR. They're coming out with a lot of gusto. They're not slowing the game down, letting HAVU get their feet under them. They are just taking the fight to them, and man, they look good. I mean, it was just such a clean round. Fur already topping the scoreboard with 3 kills. And he's a player we got to look out for here. I actually just tweeted out who I think the best 5 riflers are in the playoffs, and Fur and Dodo on the HAVU side are both in this game. So I think this should be a pretty great game, especially given the Krieg nerf. But we can see Fur already on the AK.
Making their way up the ramp once again. Anti-force by territory. Grenades will be eaten, though, at least by Fur. On point with one of the AK-47s. There are 2 mollies to help clear out some space. These CTs will have to be careful around the side. There goes one. Nobody buys sandbags. Where does the second molly go? This alley could be a problem for them. Zori's getting off to a good start with the scout. And that's a very well-timed smoke grenade. HE goes over the top, not for much damage, however. Ideally, you want a rifle spraying those positions.
Yeah, it's kind of a slow procedural take from MIBR here. They are all grouped up towards A, but on the other hand, HAVU, they're all here as well, and they have the number advantage. Usually, it's not all 5 players in one position, but HAVU, they're just going to gamble, stack it. MIBR, they're trying to do their best with all these sprays right now, but nothing is really connecting of consequence. Just Saw down to 52 HP, a little bit more chip damage, but now Taco's going to take first contact. Hoodie is able to actually win that battle. So already, MIBR, their back is against the wall in a 3v5 situation, but Mayern, he's going to keep on fighting. A good flash is able to enable Hoodie, and KNG, he's just tasked with so much right now. He's blinded as well, and he's forced back. Fallen, he's trying to bring this back from the grave for MIBR, but there's just such low HP on these MIBR players. This stack is working out beautifully for HAVU, just leaving KNG in the 1-on-3.
10 seconds on the clock. He's going to have to give this one up. 10 HP in 10 seconds. Not much he can really do. He'll have to give up all those weapons. I'm sure another weapon will be collected by Saw. As that clock starts to tick, they realize there's no push. He'll get a MAC-10 for his troubles at the very least, and HAVU have managed to hold off MIBR on the safe bomb site. Zori with that scout with a very important pick. You can see the headshot there. Then using the utility to delay time, and you can see there's a lot of risk being taken there, even with the MAC-10. And Mayan is unable to follow up. I'm surprised they didn't put a Molotov in that position, but I think maybe their initial plans were thwarted by that late smoke on the alley by the likes of HAVU, who now wield 2 AK-47s on their CT side.
Yeah, that's a great win for HAVU. They even have some money to go with it. You can see Zori and Saw just a little over 1,000, which is a nice amount. Normally you would just be full saving here. Zori's going to take contact, but it's great crossfire between him and Hoodie. This is going to actually take down Fur and KNG, the 2 players with rifles on MIBR. So HAVU once again going to get out to a great lead and make it a 5v3.
Hero AK's being collected. Mayan in the meantime looking for a 1D on the B-bomb site. In the usual positions, we have seen on Vertigo that from a CT perspective in a full buy round, it's difficult. It's a pretty hard task, a tall order, to play this kind of role on B and just hold off to dry peeks up the stairs. But for now, of course, MIBR are maimed after HAVU's recent successes. Oh, seen something. Nice, 2 shots, 2 hits. Headshot will be nice as well. Now, will that cause an over-rotation? What do MIBR choose to do? It looks like they're considering their options. They've got 45 seconds on the clock. Fallen, I think he was going to rotate over, but he's dropped the bomb to fish towards A. See if he can allow Mayan to offer a fake.
Oh, but Zori's right here. But Fallen, he's able to find the headshot, actually. And Dodo, he's the lone A defender now. And Taco, he's coming quick. Flash comes out. It's going to enable Taco to swing. And Fallen, he's still just kind of prodding for contact here. Just weighing the situation, but oh, Mayern from behind is actually able to find a nice 1v on a Hoodie. Dodo, though, takes down Taco, and that's the bomb on the site. Just 10 seconds remain, and Fallen, he's got to get onto this bomb site quickly. The HAVU players are right behind the wall. He's going to go for the fake plant, and he has to commit to this. He's looking for the spray, but he doesn't connect with both players, and that's going to be HAVU taking another. Dodo, good awareness of how much time's there. Oh, and Dodo actually takes Fallen out as well after the time. That really hurts MIBR.
Fight for the AK on the floor by the door. Swing with the MP9. The AK is mine. There's a freestyle poem for you. Well, 2 timeout wins in a row. The only wins to show for HAVU. It's a cold start for MIBR. But again, there's the best time to have these rounds is at the beginning. Yeah. The time to recover comes afterwards. So now they've got the 5 Glocks and not much to show from them. So they'll need to try to squeeze out HAVU's utility early if they do want to make those late round plays, as they often like to on the T side, especially towards that A bomb site with the smokes up and so on. HAVU use the delay tactics well from the get-go, so that's something for MIBR to think about during this round.
Yeah, it seems like HAVU's really controlled the pace of this game. MIBR, they wanted to go into A a couple times already, and it just hasn't worked out for them. They haven't baited enough utility, as you said. And this round, MIBR, they only have Glocks, so really just trying to waste as much time and utility as possible, make HAVU buy as much as they have to in the next round. Slowly's going to be challenged. He's going to find 2 quick headshots. Very nice from him. He's still going to be holding his ground. He's going to find another nice 4K from Slowy. Really clean. That's going to build up the HAVU economy nicely as MIBR. They're going to buy into this round, but Fallen, remember, he died after the time just 2 rounds ago, so he is on a pretty scuffed buy here. Just $3,000 for him to work with.
3-1. The money's okay for HAVU. They'll want to win this one in style as well, with the numbers alive. Galil for Fallen. The grenades are out though. Well, let's see what the initial play is from the T side. We can see Taco heading towards A. Smoke up. It's still dangerous to peek over it for both sides, really. Often you'll feel like the CT sides are at the broad disadvantage, but it can work both ways. Now it looks like Hoodie might be lost. Oh, that's a really important flash from his teammate to keep him alive. I think he was done for otherwise. Well-timed utility from HAVU will keep 5 alive, but they've given up mid.
Yeah, HAVU, they look a little more well-drilled on this map than I would have expected. We haven't seen too much of them playing Vertigo at this tournament, but good procedures there to help Hoodie fall off, and he's still able to get a lot of info and stay alive. So now MIBR, they're going to try to use this map control to their best effect. KNG is still stuck there at middle, but the rest of MIBR is right here at A ramp. This is going to be a split of sorts with KNG on the lurk. HAVU, they still have a player, though, at Sandbags, and Saw's going to just challenge the angle dry. Questionable decision as no one's there to back him up, and that's going to give an opening pick of the round to MIBR, something they have been not finding.
With such little map control for HAVU, they're really relying on Slowy to get some information here. He's the only person on B moving towards CT spawn. 36 seconds, still time for a rotation. KNG doesn't quite have the information standing in mid. They've rotated a long way, HAVU, so it's a 4-on-4 on the A bomb site. KNG still biding his time, makes up the frags. They're lining up though for Fallen. Needs to find that second Doto's Fallen back through the smoke, and now KNG will be on the flank instead. He's waited a long time. He's made it a 2v1 now with Taco creeping. Doto's shadow spotted. Now will allow Taco to get that final kill. Looking to plant the bomb for that bonus money, but he won't get there. Either way, MIBR finally won a round again.
Yeah, that was a really good take from them. That looked really nice. Good flashes, good smokes. Saw kind of giving up his life for free, though, on the ramp. That was a really weird play and pretty much ill-advised. Hoodie was in no position to help him out. I don't think HAVU actually knew what setup they were running there.
Well, they've got just enough money to potentially recover from this. An AWP and a scout, however. But that's a good start. As I said, that can be difficult for both sides, especially when that smoke is up for that second kill. Just like that, a minute 40, and you got a 3v5. You don't really have the personnel now to show some presence. They've got to find some picks without a return frag from HAVU. See Taco moving around towards the A-bomb site, the remainder of MIBR. Walking together. At some point, they've got to get a dry peek out. There's not much utility left here for HAVU. We heard a flash in the background, but There's only one flash left.
Molly comes out from Fallen. Slowly's just going to extinguish that with his smoke. And it's trying to flush someone out on this site. Taco now going for his dry swing. He's not able to connect, though. And MIBR, they're getting really choked out of this round. They have no ground whatsoever. It's going to be really up to the shots, but Saw, he's going to actually win that duel against KNG. Great stuff from him, despite a previous error in the last round. So now it's just Fallen and Taco. They're forced towards this B bomb site. Just 40 seconds remain, and they have a lot ahead of them in terms of HAVU personnel. Fallen, he's going to continue jiggling into the site, but Slowy still stands his ground, and he's done such a great job on this B side. But Taco, he's able to find one and only one. HAVU with a very clean round there.
Zori isn't able to upgrade his scout, but he'll pick up 2 AK-47s, HAVU. And AWP is still in play. Looking really difficult for MIBR. And as I said before, the stats on Vertigo for both these teams lie at 50%, with 6 games played for HAVU and 6 games also played for MIBR in the last 3 months. But again, I would imagine that MIBR's opposition will be on a higher level, so perhaps they can dig deeper in a troublesome time such as this, where they're losing most of the rounds. Only really one round to show for anything thus far. I've got to ignore that pistol. And it's pistols again for MIBR with 1 flashbang to boot.
Looks like it's going to be going towards B here. Fallen has a flash to set up the rest of his teammates, but Fur is going to go on a solo mission, and he just gets taken out by Zori so quickly, though. Slowy takes a little bit of damage. The flash is going to actually allow these MIBR players to scale onto the bomb site. Taco takes down Slowy with a Glock, and he's able to recover now this M4. So Hoodie, he's close, but it's actually Saw who finds the first frag. Fallen in no man's land there, trying to recover that gun, and it's just going to be light work for the HAVU players. Just Taco remains with a Glock, and Dodo is quick to clean him up.
4 players survive for HAVU. I'm going to have a quick look and see. So the last 2 rounds, they had 4 players survive each time, and the round before they lost one, they had 5 players survive. So MIBR, in these rounds they're losing, they're not really doing almost any damage. They're getting 1 kill at best. That bomb plant has been quite rare, as we can see at the top. So by many different measures, MIBR are struggling. However, perhaps this is their first full buy of the half. They've got the 4 AK-47s out and the AWP. No Kriegs to be seen, of course, as it has been nerfed into oblivion. A heavy hammer laid on the Krieg. Maybe too much, but rather too much than too little.
Yeah, people were complaining about it for a while, and neither of these teams really wanted to see that anymore, as they both voted for the new patch to be put into place here in the Flashpoint playoffs. Good Molotov to allow MIBR to get some space here, but Marin, he's not aware of this angle. Nice opening pick from Slowy, and Zori, he's set up for a couple kills here. He actually whiffs the shot, but he's going to be able to drop that smoke down and get away for free.
KG moves forward so as not to collide with any of that Molotov. Give no sound cues away, creeping through the smoke now. There's no one here to challenge him. So once again, he's lurking in that mid position. This time he's got Fur as well. There's a double peek in case there's a swing from CT spawn, and there's more harassment to come from the A bomb site. Now, last time MIBR were harassing A, they were pretty damn slow on that mid push. So we'll see now with 2 players there to have more confidence, and it seems so. A smoke up in mid. That can be heard by Slowy, so he can raise the alarm for his teammates. Source watching the angle, but he'll get taken out by KNG, as we can see. And now HAVU have problems. They don't have their 6, and they don't have their 12 either. MIBR are on the way, but KNG's been taken out. Again, Fur is activated now. He's made his way into the B bomb site in the meantime. They've got to get that rotation on. Fulham's got to pick up the bomb and make his way towards B.
Fur, though, he's in such a great spot. This is going to be at least good for 1. Wow, Slowy turns into him just to scare Fur enough to make him shoot. That position could have been so valuable if he was able to exercise a little bit of trigger discipline, but Slowy said, I'm going to at least check the spot out. So it's going to be a 2v3 situation. Fur is going to be holding the window angle, and a good Molotov is going to push Fallen off of his spot, which enables Dodo. Great teamwork coming out from HAVU on this retake already, leaving Fur in a 1v3. He needs to get something on the board for his team, and he's going to find one. No, not quite. Actually, Dodo's going to still stay alive and duel him. Dodo actually coming out on top. What a great recovery from Dodo there. I thought Fur had him dead to rights, but that was some great shooting from Dodo. Wow, that's really impressive from Dodo, actually.
Really unfortunate for Fur there. I like his rotation, though, to take up. It more or less buys some precious seconds for MIBR, as his last known position was in the kill next to CT spawn, but Fallen is unable to get into a post-plant position, as we saw. Got taken out on the rotation.
Oh, Taco on the Bison.
No, why has he done that?
It's a little
no,
bad.
Man, don't listen to Anders, for God's sake. No, this is not a thing. This is not a thing, guys. We'll go into the Bison afterwards, but no, it's not a thing. I forbid this. The Republic of Bardistan does not recognize the Bison.
It's going to help him spam that wall if he so chooses. A lot of ammo.
It's got a pretty fast reload, actually.
Yeah, that did look quick.
We're learning as we go along because I don't pick up the Bison.
Well, the exec comes out. Hoodie's going to find the headshot onto Fur here. Taco is going to be on the entry with the Bison, and he's not able to connect. But Fallen and KNG are able to respond. They're able to find 2 of their own, which makes this a manageable 3v2. Man, MIBR, they've been just trying so hard to get in this A site. Their nades are still up, but they're not going to choose to go and commit towards that side of the map.
All right, I'm going to make some nerd videos about the stats of these weapons because this has to be stopped immediately.
I'm glad we're not seeing the MP5, though. The silenced MP5, that gun was not great. But Slowy, using his own silenced weapon, M4A1S, is going to take down KNG, just leaving Fallen in the 1v3.
He did see Fallen as well. So the rotations come in from the remainder of the teammates. And there is the pick. So quickly, reasons why you wouldn't pick up a Bison on the T side. If you compare it to the MAC-10, for example, the MAC-10 does more damage. It's $350 cheaper. It's more accurate when you're standing. It's more accurate when you're running. The Bison's like twice as inaccurate as the MAC-10, more or less, when you're running. There's no reason to buy. There's no reason to buy it. It's very silly. It's very silly indeed.
Deco coming out, but a nice shot from Zori while blind is going to be able to work in tandem with Hoodie to find a couple frags towards that middle position. Fallen was able to recover with 1, but this utility is suffocating. Fallen is able to get no space whatsoever. He just has to fall back now. Can't even recover the gun that he took out there. And MIBR, they are just getting choked out of this map. HAVU looks so well versed on it. Saw even the IGL, he's going to be putting a stop to Taco's aggression. HAVU, they just look like they have every position on this map so well drilled. Even Slowy's going to take down Fallen. It just looks like nothing is going the way of MIBR. It is a deco, which has to be noted. But nonetheless, MIBR, they really don't have a lot to show for this half thus far. And Mayern, he just has to fall off that angle as well. Just constantly getting put back. Oh, but Taco responds.
Well, it's kind of winnable now in a weird way. HAVU did well when the numbers were low for MIBR having crossfire setups, but they don't really have the personnel to do that. Well, there's some information now for Slow, and his teammate can play off of him, Zori, who has the angle of an AWP. Now, where Zori is now is where MIBR was shot from at the end of the last round. He's seen the barrel of the gun as well. He knows he's still there. He's blind. Taco now 1 versus 2. He's got time to do this. 25 seconds. Looking for the trade fragger, hiding in plain sight. You can see the creep, but Slowy will creep as well. And HAVU will hold on to that round. 8-2, a monstrous start for Finns.
Yeah, they were doing such a great job there. A nice recovery deagle shot from Mayern, and Taco were able to get them into that round just a little bit, but it really wasn't enough. And MIBR, that's one of the rounds where they've actually done pretty significant damage to the HAVU economy, but you can still see that HAVU are sitting pretty comfortably. Zori is above 6K still. Slowy almost has 5. Dodo. I mean, there's a few of these guys that can buy into the next round regardless of the outcome of this one.
The only good thing the Bison has is 5.5 more armor penetration to the MAC-10, which is really by the by for the increased cost and everything else, which is worse. So stop. Taco's on the AK-47 this time, but HAVU very concerned now with this particular round. Looking to fight it out. There'll be an instant trade from Saw. He's able to fall back, actually. Doto's harassing as well with these M4A1S. 2900, let's not forget. It's about time there was something for the CT, because I feel like in a lot of maps they're on their ass these days, but a cheaper silence M4 will certainly help. Oh, a nice ring of the bell from Slowy. That Molotov's going to be brutal as well, but Mayan is here to take Slowy out, take the position on the map. Never mind the Krieg. He'll land the headshot with the AK-47. 4-on-2 as he makes it 1. Smashing through the B bomb site. Young lad Mayan with 3 kills now.
Yeah, this is just going to leave Dodo in a 1v3. Economically, probably should just save this, but we'll see if he finds a kill here. But that was just really great shooting from Mayan. I thought this Krieg nerf might hurt him a lot because it's one of the guns that I've seen MIBR, even when they save one gun, sometimes they'll just drop Mayan a Krieg and see what he can do with it. But this time around, he's able to accomplish a 3K entry onto the B bomb site with just an AK. Just really needed that, MIBR. They were brawling towards A, coming out behind over and over again, but they decided to just kind of brawl it out towards B. There was no really heavy exec or anything of the sort. Just a straight-up fight. Mayan taking 3 heads off in quick succession.
I wonder if has heard these sounds. He doesn't have perfect hearing, but he was going in the right direction, so perhaps he did. And suddenly things, but I mean, MIBR can't really afford to lose all these players. And they might lose another one if you go to the deep peak. Oh no! That's a problem. Well, let's see what the MIBR buy looks like. By no means is it going to be like Mac 10, but they could have probably done with that money. Look at these entries from Mayan. Clearing out the site, straight on the head.
Yeah, that was so clean, actually. And HAVU, great timeout. You see MIBR have a little bit of a lifeline here, and you're just going to snuff it out with a timeout. Try to kill the momentum of players like Mayan, and I think that's just such a great tactical decision.
I've got one player reconnecting. Oh, they're back already, actually. Yeah, it's a tactical pause, though, not a technical pause. So let's see. I think KNG was... yeah, so he's only got a Molotov now. Losing all those rifles towards the end there for MIBR may prove a little painful. Yeah, at some point, like if you're players, if you're winning the round, but you've only got like $350 in the bank, you need to think about how many players you need to win, you need to survive with at a minimum for the rounds to come, not just the next round, but the future rounds. Let's see how things go. Looks like the HUD needs a little reset. There we go. Thank you. Well, it was 5 rounds in a row. MIBR, for HAVU that is, MIBR finally broken that streak. See if HAVU can start another one as they look to cause more problems. Let's not forget that early 5v3 they got with 2 frags towards the bomb site. This time Mayan will be more passive as Taco's pretty quickly onto the sandbags and up. And HAVU were mad aggressive towards A recently as well, but they're changing things up from round to round.
Yeah, it's going to be a slower start for MIBR. They got a good amount of control towards this A side of the map already, and without actually taking any damage, which has been very rare for them, as HAVU are now prioritizing so many more players towards middle and B. And this is actually just going to give a free entry to these players unless Dodo has something to say about it. He's going to get mollied all the way back. Man, MIBR are pushing him so far. And Dodo, yeah, he just can't commit. He knows he needs to play the retake with his team. So we're going to see a full-on 5v5 retake come out, which has yet to happen this game. KNG, though, on the flank, is taken out.
Yeah. Maybe a Krieg there would have meant a kill, but those times have gone. Fallen with a very nice angle. Will stand there through the flashbang of his teammate. See Fur watching the higher ground now. HAVU starting to deploy their final grenades. Fallen is ahead of the flames. Battle sniper that he is. Takes out Doto. At what point do HAVU stop going for this? It's going to cost him everything, it seems. Slowy with 22 HP and Fallen's on the hunt this time. Sees him make his way around the corner. Slowy running for his life. And maybe he escapes. Although he's getting closer to the bomb, so we've got to be careful here. Oh, that's not... Okay. Feels weird on Vertigo. Not really sure where it's safe.
Yeah, Vertigo
situations like that
has that smaller blast radius, so that looked pretty scary. I mean, if he went into that corner, he might have actually died.
The opposite corner, yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been ropey for sure.
Yeah, but a weird CT side adjustment from HAVU. They might have overthought that. I think they could have just played their normal setup and done great there, but instead they go for a 1-2-2 setup, and it just does not work in their favor. MIBR take full advantage. They get so much control towards that A ramp, and it works out beautifully for them. So it's just going to be on to Slowy in this round to try to find something for his team, as he does have the only rifle. Once again, MIBR, they're going to take a lot of control towards this A ramp. Fur already spots the lone A defender here. That is Dodo, and he gets taken down. So great opening pick from MIBR once again.
Sword's got places to be. But is Mayan going to turn away at the wrong time? He's just about spotted him, and Thor goes back up the elevator. Or the travelator for you, the gladiator watchers among us. Slowy is the main threat of the remainder of HAVU with that silenced M4. Bomb planted on 8. And I suppose he'll just try to hold on to it for the rounds to come. Slowy 15 for 8 at the moment, having a good half. Leading on the scoreboard by a reasonable margin.
Yeah, he's been doing pretty well for their team. He's found pretty good opening picks I've seen towards B, it seems like. He's been shutting that down. Other than the time that MIBR were able to kind of pull him away from that side of the map when they showed so much A presence. Good stuff from MIBR as well. I like how MIBR has adjusted in this half. They're not just going for full-on 5-man execs, even though that was kind of the early meta of this Vertigo. But oh, wow, Saw. He's able to actually take down Fur, but he's not able to keep that AK alive. So we're going to see a full buy come out from both teams here. And this may determine the fate of the half. Are HAVU going to run away with it? Maybe take it 10-5? Or is MIBR going to get back into it and even things out? Perhaps going to see an 8-7. Really depends on this round here.
Oh, type Archon in chat to get rid of that.
Yeah, everybody having the FPS issues. So we're going to have a quick tech pause here.
They're saying press type record and type stop.
Yes.
That works as well.
Yeah.
There was a stop sound thing, but then they just kind of banned that command for some reason. So
yeah.
Maybe it impacted something else. So now typing Archon in chat stops that FPS bug.
Yeah, I was always changing. I think there was a weird command that people found out that was like mat _ something kind of cryptic, and then you just put 0, and that's already the default setting you have. But then they took that whole command out of the game, so I think people were messing with it in a way that might have
there's lots of like Quake related commands in the game, if I'm not mistaken. Random things. Ooh. Go, just doing it on our spec. There we go, nice and fixed. Everything's nice and smooth. 2 rounds remain in the half, and we'll see if MIBR can continue their comeback. Often start cold, I feel like, but here they are. Sorry, back at the sandbags once again. There's a molly for it. Drop the smoke grenades. And now, oh boy, got some value from that. It's Slowly unable to deliver the goods. Part of that conversation I was having with Elise was the fire rate of the M4A1S, and sometimes I just feel like if you had the M4A4, you win that duel purely down to the pace of the bullets. That's the problem.
Yeah, Zori's still here though at sandbags. MIBR did know he was there, but he's able to escape somehow. Fur, though, is able to actually even things out by getting a kill on Hoodie, who was trying to go for a big boy flank. So now it's a 3-on-3 situation. Generally, this does favor the T's here, but the bomb is actually right by Sandbag, so it's going to be an all-out brawl by this ramp. Mayer, who's been hot so far, is able to take down Dodo. Saw, really staying alive forever there, is able to find Fur, which just leaves KNG in a 1v2. He needs this round for his team, and he's able to find the first kill already. It's just going to be Zori, the star opera for HAVU, versus KNG. KNG has such low HP, so Zori, he actually switches to the A1S, and he just needs a single bullet. KNG gonna dunk a nade onto Zori. Actually only does a little bit of damage, but the swing comes out, and Zori comes out on top. Big round for HAVU there. Just so unfortunate for MIBR for that bomb to be right behind that sandbag.
This really allows HAVU to pull away if they can win the pistol in the second half, but before we even get there, we've got one more round to go, so they could do even better than they have done thus far. Fallen's actually picked up a Krieg for this final round, so this is interesting. I had to go with the Krieg yesterday in deathmatch, and I found that it would take me a while to adjust to the doing a slower recoil pattern for the slower rate of fire. It really is somewhat ridiculous right now, but maybe you want to use the scope over a smoke. Saw a knife and T-spawn onto Zori, and there's more aggression. Dodo taking Fur out, and Fallen will deliver a kill with the Krieg. I do imagine that he was looking to use it over a smoke which never came in the middle. 4-on-4.
Mayer, he's been so strong on this B side of the map. He does spot out Slowy, who's also been a star for HAVU, and it's just going to be Slowy to defend. He drops the smoke at his feet. He's playing around it so well. He's able to find the kill on a KNG. This is a great ult from Slowy already. And the players for MIBR are so low. Dodo comes in and takes down Taco. It seems like MIBR are just falling by the wayside, but Fallen, he gets another kill with that Krieg, leaving Mayern in a 1v3. He knows where Slowy is by this ramp, but Slowy is playing it so cautiously. Mayern, quick headshot to take down Slowy. He's going to look for another. He spotted Saw's shoulder right there, so he knows where one of these players is. But HAVU, how are they going to play it? They actually give Mayern so much space here, and that's a great flash to push Zori off the angle. There is a smoke, and Zori is able to take down Mayern. Great attempt from Mayern there, but HAVU, they're able to run away with that half, 10-5 on MIBR's map pick.
A strong start and a strong enough finish from HAVU. 10 rounds at half-time. If they win the pistol and CTs go for a full spot, it might be a 13-5 before MIBR can even start that second half. So they are not in a good position at present. We'll see if they can bring things back on Vertigo after the break.
Full gaming chairs for pro teams.
We are back, and HAVU have Zori with a P250. He's been made a raid boss on the T side of Vertigo. Is that going to be enough to give them a very strong start to the second half? Maui Snake, what do you think?
I'm just curious where he's going to use that P250, but I've been really impressed with HAVU's procedures for this map so far. Haven't seen too much of them playing Vertigo at Flashpoint, but I'm really impressed with what I have seen in this match here. MIBR, this was one of their home maps, but they're getting obliterated on it, and it looks like it's going to be a fast round here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be going straight into a rush of the A bomb site, just as MIBR were, but MIBR have got some more tactics in mind. KNG over 3K. They threw flames in, but he don't care. He'll stand in those flames. He has done his job. Sorry, still out with the P250. So much to do now. He's no warning. Crazy attempts towards the A bomb site. Actually, rather not no warning, but plenty of warning. It's running all the way up the ramp. But KNG, that is a great way to catch up in the stats. HAVU, only with 1 kill so far. Again, a P250, sorry, a pistol round. Just requires headshots. Fur will give some sound cues away on the B bomb site, not seeing much of anything, but Saw is creeping with the Glock. He wants to get close enough for that one shot, and he wasn't close enough even then, but he will do the job. Now there's a rotation towards the B bomb site, but will they read an A plate? No, they're going to plant it on B.
There's actually no kit for MIBR here, so this is going to be a tough retake. They have not too much time, but the Zori raid boss is still in play. He has this P250, but he gets eliminated immediately. 5 headshots for MIBR in this round, and that is the start they needed to get back into this game. It was not looking good for them. Good adjustment from HAVU there, actually, to get onto that B bomb site, but MIBR just too strong. The shots were all on point.
Yeah, that was a fantastic effort from KNG. Had a molly thrown at him from behind the sandbags. Emerged like the Phoenix. Bish, bash, bosh.
Ooh. So clean.
That really does limit your chances. But the whole round was clean from MIBR in terms of the headshots. HAVU didn't stand a chance. I'm not even sure if Zori fired a shot in that, well, definitely not in that last engagement. But look at this, you plant the bomb, never mind the creeks. We've got 3 AK-47s in response, but now we've got the cheaper M4A1Ss as well. We will see those rise in purchases, but again, the fire rate does come into question. We'll see how it goes.
KNG down to 1 HP already. Fallen, he's going to be taking up a close angle on this smoke with the A1S. If he gets overwhelmed, that fire rate will come into play. The trading potential is going to be a lot lower for him. But Taco has a crossfire with him. Fallen's going to get first contact. Hoodie sitting in the smoke is going to find the kill on a Fallen. Taco, he just has to retreat now. He's so low. And Fur, he doesn't actually seem to know how far up these HAVU players have come. So he gets taken down in addition. And man, it's frags all over for HAVU. These AKs looked fantastic for them, leaving Mayern in a 1v5.
As I always say, it's better for the T side to win the second round rather than the first. It puts the CTs in a worse position, but they most certainly want to take this M4 away. Slowly will need to stay alive now for his team to rotate, but Mayern, his aim is nasty. You can see why he was picked up by this team. Switching from rifle to rifle on the CT side, I tend to do the M4A4 spray with the M4A1 sometimes, but no such problem for Mayern. But again, I think just to touch on the rifle, I think the phrase value proposition definitely comes into the idea with what they've done with the M4A1S, which wasn't the case with the Krieg. But anyway, MIBR have had a massive failure here, and this really does put them in a bad spot.
Yeah, the thing about the Krieg change is that it actually makes them upgrade to AKs in the second round, and usually you would see 2 hero Kriegs and maybe a Galil on that second round if you get the bomb plant. But in this time, in this kind of round, in this situation, HAVU were able to equip 3 AKs, and I'm pretty sure all 3 of those AKs were able to get kills. So it might have actually been a blessing in disguise for HAVU's game plan for this patch to come out.
Oh man, that was a fast snap from Taco. And a rifle which is lost as far as HAVU are concerned. It hasn't been picked up just yet, but I have to assume, unless they can see it, that it's in the hands of MIBR, and this round just got more dangerous. HAVU can't afford to lose any more players in such a fashion. They've got to win some duels here. They've got to take some players out with no response. Because again, it's such a big opportunity. You take the second round away, and MIBR take their weapons into the third. With the score as it is, it's a big opportunity, but they're kind of just losing all the fights now.
Yeah, that was a sick shot from Taco there. He just gets aggressive and he nets him a kill. That's big for him because his teammates don't have a lot to work with. Taco, he's still alive, but Hoodie is going to take him out. So now it's going to be HAVU all over this A bomb site. Hoodie does realize there might be a flank coming in, but KNG is able to recover anyways and is getting a nice Deagle headshot for his efforts. And KNG, he actually gets Dodo as well. What a great shot. What a great display of mechanics from KNG there. Man, it looked like he should have died twice, and somehow he's able to get 2 kills.
They lost all of one player. They have 3 AK-47s now. This is crazy. It's a second win, a second chance for MIBR to score it. Suddenly feels close now. Again, we had 2 opportunities for HAVU. Lost a pistol, fine. They won a force buy. They've got another chance, which you could argue is even greater, to really put themselves in a very strong chance to take the entire map. But that just turns on a dime with MIBR winning a force buy right back. As long as they can win the consecutive round, because there will be another force buy, as long as they can win this consecutive round, HAVU are on eco, and there's only 3 rounds between the 2 teams, and HAVU are relatively miles away from that round number 16. So another opportunity lies, but this will be a war of attrition for sure.
Quick beep start from HAVU. Slowly, he got run boosted into this position, and he gets tacked down already.
Oh!
Great nade, dunked on by Fur.
Where are you going, bro?
And that is a nice start for MIBR. They really want this round here. It is so important. Might be one of the most important rounds of the game. We'll see how things turn out. But that's a great 5v4 advantage and a lot of information for MIBR as well, because now they know that B area should, for the most part, be clear. And MIBR, they have full control of this ramp as well. HAVU, they're on the other side of the situation. Last half, they were the ones choking MIBR out. Looks like MIBR has a little bit up their own sleeves.
That grenade was so satisfying to watch. Oh man, MIBR suddenly looking sharp as a butcher's pencil. And things just going from bad to worse for HAVU. 4-on-2 now. Deep flashback to buy some time, but they'll keep going for these duels. Give them a reason not to, and maybe Saw has 2-on-3. With so much time on the clock, they're still going for it. Dry peaks once again, and Fur gets taken out 2 versus 2. The Galil still in play. All the sound cues in the world for MIBR. Mayer coming in from the back, but his aim won't be good enough on this occasion. How things have turned around. Fullen at least gets an upgrade from a MAC-10 to an AK, but this was looking so good from MIBR.
Yeah, lack of discipline has put Fallen into a tough situation, and he's guessed towards the wrong bomb site. I'm not sure if he just wants to save, or he thinks HAVU is going to double back, but regardless, it's going to put him a mile away from that bomb. Does look like he actually wants to go for this. He knows how important this round is, but he's going to have to take down 2 HAVU players. Dodo and Saw are already in an aggressive setup here. Dodo is playing right against the smoke. Fallen, he's got to expect something here with this smoke, and he's not able to take down Dodo. So that is a massive round from HAVU, and I gotta say, MIBR, they started counting their chickens before they hatched there. They were getting too aggressive there. It was a 5v4, even a 5v3 advantage at one point, and KNG and Taco, they just kept fighting that A ramp at one point or another. You gotta say, all right, we can just play back, make HAVU earn that round, but MIBR, they just threw their lives right into the crosshairs.
Opportunity number 3, and HAVU have the luxury of MIBR not going for the force buy. When you're the team that's 5 rounds behind, you can't force back and forth and just go, because they're just going to get closer and closer to round number 16. So MIBR looking to avert disaster now and go for that 1 eco and have a full buy in the next round. Again, if they were to lose this force buy, I mean, you can't expect to win everyone. Just keep going. If they were to lose this force buy, then again, that would almost be curtains. We've got a 3-man boost here. A Tower of Humanity with a P250 up top. Only good for the 1 kill. And there will be some spray. And that's a potential position for an MP5. Very situational, though, of course.
Yeah, could have maybe kept that player alive just a little bit longer, but the P250 being allowed as it is going to alert Zori off. So now Zori, he's going to be testing this ramp position here. Fur, though, great headshot, evening the numbers out for his team. And that's going to deny a lot of information from HAVU as well. They don't know if there's 2 players on this bomb site or just Fur. So HAVU, they're actually going to keep committing here. KNG, he's going to get caught off by this. Saw just going to keep on moving forward, leaving Fur. He's found 1 Deagle headshot, but he's going to have to find 3 more if he wants to lock this down.
Well, there's a flash. He will simply get shot in the back. Maybe we're expecting a double peak. No such luck. Bayer now with the USP is on fire, forced up into an elevated position and maybe get sprayed into a new dimension. HAVU on the cusp of 13 unless something absurd happens. There's a song by 07 called Waiting to Die, which is what this scenario is basically alluding to, and he's gone.
Yeah, didn't have much of a chance there, and a nice stack there, but it just wasn't able to connect quick enough. Still, some nice shots from MIBR. They're showing some life here. But HAVU, they are looking really strong now on the T side. They have money to work with as well, so this half is in their control, but MIBR, they're going to bust out the double op. KNG and Fallen have been so wonderful with these weapons thus far in the tournament. Will they keep up their performance here?
KNG has been lost early. Fallen's position is very compromisable, I feel like, around these smoke grenades. Their scope has most certainly been hurt. First taken out as well, trading all of the one frag. It's 4 versus 2. He's got Molly to rely on for the high ground for a second, but look at Sori's swing now. Fallen down to 22 HP. I don't think that Vertigo is it for MIBR today. Again, 50% for both teams, and HAVU have had the meat and potatoes of it in this game thus far. Mayan in a 1 versus 3. No defuse kit, perhaps there's one on the floor. Creeping around. We'll see what he chooses to do once he hears the bomb plant go down. The bomb be planted, should I say.
Yeah, he doesn't have a kit though, and he's quite a ways away. Dodo and Saw, they're really healthy with 100 HP each and head armor, so this FAMAS is actually not going to be that easy to retake with, especially given that you're missing 5 bullets from a normal rifle. So Marin, he's just going to be making his way through T-spawn here. Maybe he'll recover a better rifle to take into the upcoming round. But yeah, HAVU, once again, just taking complete control of that A side. You can see all of these little blue X's on your radar at the top left of the screen, and you can just see MIBR, they were in a pack, and they fell as a pack.
Mayan will be able to hold on to his French gun, but can MIBR... What else, what else can they hold on to? They have half the score of their opponent on Vertigo with the trade of rounds. Outside of that, they haven't really been able to achieve anything in this half thus far. 7 rounds behind now. Feels further than the fall off the side of the building. Especially in a round such as this, where your pistol will be dropped, and Mayan's got a hero FAMAS, which is a phrase I've never said before.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for him to get involved on this round. He's going to get a little bit aggressive towards B, maybe try to secure this side of the map for his team, and he's actually just going to instantly rotate off. So MIBR, they're going to be going for a 5-man gamble stack towards A here. This may catch HAVU off guard, and once again, Taco is going to be going for this boost. You'd think that you wouldn't be able to fool the HAVU players twice, but he's trying to make a distraction there towards that back hall. We'll see if Taco is able to connect this time around, or will HAVU instantly clean him up, but it's going to be a huge 3-man brawl. Mayern's able to take down 2 with that hero FAMAS, and it's going to be a 3-on-3 situation. Just slowly remains towards the A side, but he's going to find the triple spray down, and HAVU are now on map point.
Line him up. What a start from HAVU. What a start. This is quite something. And you just can't imagine them losing this map at this point. It's just as close to as impossible as you could imagine. This is just, I don't think it's happening.
Finnish people just don't give these leads up. I have noticed. They have a heart. They don't choke. They're too calm and collected all the time. You can see it in every interview we do with these HAVU
This
players.
is the pick of MIBR, who now have 2 AWPs in round 23. 50-50 really, I guess. It's playing out as, but not in terms of scoreline. Slowly by the sandbag, but Fur has a high ground advantage, and they'll trade one way or another. They'll keep the man advantage high. The bomb is in the hands of Hoodie. Doto creeping towards B. What options do we have on this map now? Asks HAVU. Look for those taps, but not quite get there. Mayan again. Sharpshooter Mayan with the silenced M4. Will change his position now with the flashbang. Spots Hoodie and the bomb, and he's continuing to jiggle the madman. Confidence for the young player. He is on one. Oh my god. I'm enjoying these POVs from Mayan. That's one thing to shout about, at least on the side of MIBR. The raw skill is good, but the score is not. They've got a lot more work to do.
Yeah, this is pretty much Mayron's home map. He's had the most success on this consistently. Good opening stuff there from the ops of MIBR. I'm interested to see how HAVU decide to try to deal with this, because a lot of maps you can do a pretty good set exec that counters a double op setup. And I'm interested to see what HAVU's is.
Moving into Dust 2, we're looking at 71% for HAVU, 38% for MIBR. A grenade at the feet of Saw will be painful. Toto looking over the smoke towards B. Mayan will be creeping once again. Mayan's so dangerous, man. I would be avoiding him more than some of the other players on his team at present. On Vertigo manages to ring the bell, but he can't make that second connection. That second bullet just gone missing. Tucker will take his place. Footsteps will be heard. 5 on 4, but look at the health HP on these players for HAVU. Slowy and Doto, 10 or less. Swords on 43, so it could really change quite quickly.
KNG getting aggressive here towards B, and that is a great pick for him. Hoodie, though, on alert towards middle is going to catch Mayron off guard, so he's going to actually keep the favor for HAVU. Fallen playing the battle op. He's not able to escape, and Saw's going to take him down. That's going to be an opening for HAVU on this A side. Just Takaro remains as the lone anchor, and Saw's going to take him out as well. It's just KNG in the 1v4, and Hoodie already has a great position. Will KNG find him? He will, actually. So now he's going to pick up the AK, and he has to win this round in order to keep MIBR alive. A 1v3 situation. He's going to creep up forward. Not going to spot anyone just yet. He knows where Saw's position is, but he is so curious about this smoke. He's going to play on top of the sight box, but he's not able to spot anyone still. And Slowy takes him out from behind. HAVU going to run away with this one, 16-8.
Perpetually underrated team HAVU do it again, smashing MIBR on Vertigo, and they move into what should be a very strong pick for them of Dust 2. MIBR are on the ropes, and they're going to have to do things the hard way. We'll find out if they can do that later on. But first, the thoughts of the guys and gals on the couch. We'll see you shortly.